And we are live. Welcome back, everybody, to the What Do You Mean by That podcast, episode number. Can you guys remember?
Don't ask me. I don't know.
49?
48.
Okay.
It's 48. We are back again and with a guest. It's been a while since we had a guest on the pod. We have here Humble X Hunter on Twitch, or we just call him Humble here. How you doing today, Humble?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I just made myself a vodka Red Bull, so
Oh, damn right. It is
should be
it
get
is
the
that
day
time.
started at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
And close to 5.
That's yeah, it's close to 5. I mean, hey, you can drink whenever the hell you want. There's no one telling you no. It's like 10 o'clock somewhere, right? That's what they say.
Fun part about being an adult.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The drinking
I always
and the
tell
drinking
Michael's
whenever you
always
want.
told me that hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere in Vietnam. I looked at the time, I'm like, it's not 5 p.m. there. It's 5 in the morning. And they're like, whatever. I'm like, what? It's like the fuck? And I'm like, whatever. So
I mean, I've drank from sunrise to sunset a couple times in my life.
hey, sometimes it'd be like that, you know?
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like that. First time, I think it was Decky's birthday, and that was an experience.
That's crazy. I don't remember you stopping at sunset.
Okay, that's fair, I guess. But you do remember me waking at drinking at dawn, though. I think it was you that
Yeah.
like I woke up, went to the kitchen, you handed me a alcoholic ice pop, and I was like, already? And you said, yeah.
Oh yeah, those are
And I
pretty
was like,
good. I don't
okay.
regret buying.
They
I
were
don't
really
regret
good.
buying those at Walmart.
They're very good.
Those are
They were
really
very
good. I think they were Bacardi.
Yeah, those are
I
really
think
good.
so. Very good.
Anyway, Humble, let's start with, a little interview here. You've known us for a while now, and you've been on Twitch for a while too. How did you get to know everybody, and like how was that experience, like meeting everybody for the first time on Twitch and in person, if you want to discuss that, because I know we've all met before.
Yes, so I've been before Twitch became Justin TV. I've been going to TwitchCon as a convention as a whole since 2015, and I mean I had a few gaps here and there, either because of school or work schedule conflictions, but it was nice meeting everyone. I met Martine first through mutual friends, and at some point just kind of branched off from there. So it was nice.
Yeah,
So
we met.
What year did you meet?
What, like
2018.
yeah, 2018. I was not even 21 yet, I think.
Yeah. For legal purposes, did not know.
Hey, yo,
Yeah.
1 second.
We were at a party. There was a lot of people.
Wait a minute, wait, hold on.
All right.
This is very incriminating. We did not have sex, okay? I'll tell you that right now.
I was like, normally when somebody says that,
Also
that's
straight.
like after
No.
that's after some other stuff. But
Just to be clear, we did not have sex yet. But anyway, no, yeah, we met at a party, and there was alcohol involved, but we did not. Some people did not partake. All right, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it wasn't you. You good question, boy.
I remember that night because it was the first time meeting Humble. I knew who he was in chat through our mutual friend, but he was very, you guys know how he is. He's a very like sincere, talkative, but also a very
Menace.
no,
Absolute menace.
a very
Force energy. You know, the shoes on, and the Hennessy starts flowing. There's something that just takes over me. You know, I'm like Gator from the other guys.
Were
yeah.
you back on your AMF game back then too?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. But no, he was he was very chill, like he's a good person to talk to. He can talk to you about anything. And then I remember he was being, very what's the word? Like not serious, but like he was giving like a bunch of life advice. And then he's like one moment and he goes to the living room and like crashes on the floor for like
bruh,
what, 2 hours, I think.
Something like that. Yeah, the Amsterdam vodka kind of like knocked me out. I was not expecting that lady to come up.
Oh yeah, he was that Amsterdam fucked him up. I
like,
had
hold that
no
thought.
idea he was that gone either.
Never again will I drink Amsterdam vodka. That was something else.
Yeah,
Amsterdam vodka.
yeah. I
I
just
like
see him
vodka
in the
in
living room,
general.
just like knocked out, and I'm like, what? I hear him snoring, and I'm like, what the hell? He's gone. And then 2 hours later, I think did I leave before? You woke up. I think I left before you woke up because I don't remember.
Yes. Yeah, you
Yeah.
left when by the time I woke up. Chris was streaming at the time, and I just woke up. I looked in the room. Hey, what are you doing? Streaming? Dazed for a second, looking into the screen like I am now, and I just wandered off. And I decided to barbecue at like 6 because the charcoal was so shitty.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what, dude. It was like that charcoal was something else. I was just like, this should light, right? You take a match, it should light. No, I put lighter fluid on it. Doesn't even light. It actually is so hard that even the lighter fluid was not absorbed
Oh my
by
god.
putting that on. It was like I don't know what the hell it was. Was able to get the fire going though, so that was nice.
Yeah.
So we had
No,
barbecue chicken like 6 in the morning for breakfast.
yeah, you made some pretty good food there. That was pretty cool.
Right.
But yeah. It's been you know each other for a while, and when you met everybody for the first time, I don't know. Well, okay, you've met several people from Twitch in your lifetime, from going to TwitchCon, you know, going to personal events and stuff like that. Can you describe like your experiences meeting us for the first time, each of us, if you want to, you know, go through that?
Let's
Just out of
see.
curiosity.
No, 2018 I met Martin, so that was
Mhm.
pretty casual. I mean, pretty simple. I mean, everyone, I would say the common factor that we have in this conversation here, or this voice chat, is we all touch grass at this
Yeah.
point. And for some reason that helps, right? It breaks the ice. Dulce was 2022.
Yep.
Deki, I believe, was around 22 as well, unless we met earlier in NorCal. But I mean, it was really nice meeting everyone. You know, I try to keep the balance between because I do come off controlling, especially when it comes to safety, and it was just nice meeting everyone. Um, it, I think TwitchCon also, if you're organizing Airbnb or any events or scheduling, it definitely puts your time management skills to the test. And it was just really nice meeting everyone in general. I'm glad that I'm in this social circle of ours of the Extraordinary League of Menaces, and yeah, so it was just really nice. And then to this day, I hope that we continue this friendship as the years go by.
So to back up a little bit, like you
So
and
humble.
Martine, you were in Martine's chat at first, and then you guys happened to be living in the same city together, and then a mutual friend brought you guys together after meeting through Twitch.
Close. So we're in the same area. He's just in a different county, so I have to drive a little bit ways out. At the time for 2018, TwitchCon was held in NorCal, and his mutual friend happened to be there. So we were talking for a bit, and then there was a party somewhere in a different zip code in which Martine's located at. So it was nice to meet up, and that's how I met him. It was just our friends bringing
Um,
us together.
Yeah.
so this was during TwitchCon weekend.
Ironically, after, yeah,
Yeah.
they're like,
Right
"Hey,
after.
yeah," I was like, "Hey, I'm having a birthday party. You mind coming through?" And then Martine's like, "Yeah, I'll come through for a birthday, right, for a few hours." So that's how I met Martine. A whole bunch of other people. Manny, I think, was in that party as well
Oh
because we
yeah,
were taking a
Manny too.
smoke
Yeah,
break,
Manuel.
listening to the baby mama complain
Oh
uh,
Ew.
before the Amsterdam vodka started flowing and dripping over her alabaster skin. Mm.
Hmm.
I don't know why I remember that, but it was yeah, that's how I met Martine, and then ever since then we try to keep in contact as best I can. I know our schedules are very complex and tentative, so I try to make the best to make time for people.
Yeah, absolutely. So now the last time we saw each other, it was during Hapa, and I remember you mentioned going to Vietnam. Can you want to talk about like how your experience was in Vietnam? Because you know, a lot of people here have, you know, never even been to the country or, you know anything of the culture. Care to discuss?
Yes. So I immigrated here when I was very young, between 2 to 3 years old, after the war. The Clinton administration opened doors to normalize relations with Vietnam in '97. So shortly after that time, this is when I came here. Um, since then, tourism has been booming. Real estate, it's about 50-50, but we can say that for like the majority of the world by now. Um, That's most of their GDP comes from tourism. The Vietnam was struggling, as well as other Southeast Asian countries in that region was struggling as a whole, and it was difficult just to recover. Right, you have pretty much half, if not the entire generation, gone. I think it was roughly 1.5 million casualties just in Vietnam alone, and I can't imagine the other people. That's why Hmong people are in the Central Valley as well as sporadically throughout the United States. St. Paul, Minnesota is one of them. And but they did recover. They called the 80s something called the Reformation era, in which they introduced what we call a mixed economy, where there are certain key parts of the economy that's controlled by the central government, i.e., the Communist Party, while the rest is free market essentially. So that's why you see a lot of foreign interests, um, South Korea, as well as Japan are there now, and of course the U.S. The U.S. actually gave what they do is they'll decommission a lot of older vehicles, such as ships. One of them was a cutter class, and they decommissioned it to the Vietnamese Navy or Coast Guard, whatever they call themselves now. So it was nice to be there. I find not just a connection back to my ethnic culture, but also, I guess, another reason to be humble. You know, we don't e- even though we say that, oh, I don't have money to buy this, I don't have money to buy that, but the option of food is available, right? That we know that food is there. While Vietnam and the other parts of Southeast Asia, Philippines is also another example. You don't know when the next meal is coming from, and you know how to get it. So, and I think the only common issue right now over there, politically aside, would probably be drugs. It's a lot of fentanyl coming through. Yeah. But aside from that,
Regarding
it's very nice.
your
Oh,
regarding your last trip, like what did you do? Like what did you do for fun? Like I know we were mostly there for family, but like did you do
right.
anything like fun on your own or with your
Aside from
family?
taking a lot of shots, that's about it. Talked to a lot of girls.
Bruh.
Hey
Did a
yo.
lot of things with some women that I'm not gonna say on stream, but it was just nice. Yeah, it was nice. My mom got so mad. She actually like was recording a video when I got back. I was like making fun of the situation. I'm like, hey mom, that date I was with at Korean barbecue, turns out it wasn't a woman, it was a man. So and then I went straight to bed, no context at all. But it was nice. I got my tattoo re-sleeve, which is nice. So I don't know if you guys can see it. So
That
I
is
got
Yeah, I
that
remember
awesome.
seeing you post it.
recolored and stuff like that. Yeah. So that took outline took about 8 hours. Overall, 4 days nonstop. Yeah, I don't take short like 44-hour sessions. I rather just do it throughout the entire day. Obviously, the tattoo artist's got to eat some time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that's about it. Traveled to different regions. Vietnam has three distinct dialects. Uh, Northern, middle, which is called Hue. Central, Hue or Central is the dialect, and then of course most people are used to Southern, because a lot of the people that escaped here during after the war had a distinct Southern accent. So it was nice, a lot of traveling, a lot of photos. I actually took two phones. One was the personal phone. One was a phone that I could use almost close to unlimited data. Because over there in a lot of other countries, they still use the 2G network, which means that there's still a lot of phones out there that prefer a external SIM card. While I like smartphones such as Apple have upgraded to the eSIM just because it's just takes up too much money production wise.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So what region were you born in?
I was born in the southernmost region. Swampy. I mean, humidity up the ass. Like you could, if say your room was air conditioned, you open the door, you can feel it. Like the moisture just hits your face.
Sounds like Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically,
Florida's fucking
Florida is more tolerable. Ironically, that is
really.
probably the
If
yeah.
it's
Really?
I
worse
actually
than Florida,
tolerate.
that's pretty
I actually
bad.
prefer Florida. Yeah, I've gone to
I
Florida a few
fucking
times. I actually enjoy it there.
I hate Florida because of how it is and stuff like that. So like hearing that makes me like,
Well, I mean, there's also the people in Florida. I mean, I'm sure the people in Vietnam are not anywhere near close to that. So,
fair enough.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's why you see a lot of Vietnamese. Uh, they go into the fishing industry, right? They're in Louisiana, Alabama. So you imagine a Vietnamese accent mix you with the Cajun accent
Mm.
as well, and they know how to speak French Creole as well. So French Creole accent mixed with the Vietnamese, and
Oh, the
it's
French
just
speak
different.
Creole accent. That's right. That thing is
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy, like how they speak.
yeah, yeah. There's actually classes you can take to speak French Creole because unfortunately it is a dying language. Same thing with Hmong language and certain other languages where it's not widely available except for the region where you're currently at.
So to discuss, I guess your name on Twitch, like Humble. It used to be, uh, Humble the Poet, right? If I remember right.
Mm,
And then you changed it to Humble Barbecue, and now it's Humble X Hunter. Can you
mm.
discuss like where the the name Humble, the the common theme there, Humble came from? Like why did you name yourself
Yeah.
Humble?
So when I still liked Indian music, there was a Indian rapper from Canada called Humble the Poet, and I was like, dude, this is that's such a cool name, right? I wonder if it's on Twitch because you imagine Twitch community is made up of millions of community members. So ever since then, I just stuck with Humble, and then for a while it was Humble Barbecue. A few times it was Humble X Hunter because
Because
it
you
it
like
just made
Humble,
sense.
because you
Mhm.
like barbecue, you like Korean barbecue, dude.
Yeah,
Humble
and then
loves Korean barbecue.
over time I just got healthier, and I mean I still eat barbecue here and there. Don't get me wrong, but my tastes have been so simple to where I can just enjoy salt and pepper like Caucasian people. It's just amazing, right? I'll dip it in sauces here. You know, don't get me wrong. I won't put raisins in potato salad, but I do enjoy a nice barbecue, especially with like over charcoal or different hickory chips or different woods that enhance the flavor of the meat itself.
Hmm.
And we put too much sauces on meats where it's just like, well, am I tasting sauce or am I just, or do I want to taste the meat, right? There's got to be a medium in between that.
Yeah, I agree. And so now you're Humble X Hunter because Hunter x Hunter.
Yes, yeah, I
Yeah,
love Hunter x Hunter. I I will probably stay with Humble X Hunter for a while just because,
yeah,
well, I can't imagine anyone not liking Hunter x Hunter. It does, I mean, it's pretty long. When
yeah.
I saw it first on Netflix, it was expansive. I actually failed a econ class in high school. Or was it high school? No, college because of that. You imagine that wasting like 100, $300 on a class because you watched Hunter
Hunter
x
x Hunter.
Hunter through the front to the finish. No, I'm serious. I was watching it in econ class. I was watching it at night. So by the time I woke up getting ready for my class, I was like, I'm not gonna remember shit. And this
Yeah.
teacher sucks. But I can blame and make excuses about the teacher. Realistically, I really didn't care, right? Even my sister was in the class. She was able to pass. I knew in my mind that I could blame the teacher for all I care about, or the course material, or how the class was presented. But no, it's because I binge Hunter x Hunter from every episode a day, if not more. Hunter x Hunter, I believe, is just shy of 400 episodes. So
No,
keep in mind for
it's
those in
on
chat.
144.
144? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched
He's
too
like,
much.
actually.
No, it's not. Well, I mean,
A-
I watched it. So I've watched it
Actually,
twice now because I watched it
oh,
with my sister when she watched it maybe like a couple months ago, and then I watched it by myself back in the day. Binged it, same as Humble, over the course of like probably like 2 weeks or something.
yeah. But ever since then, it's like that anime has brought so much joy, but also so much pain.
Yeah, it's
It's
a
very
little bit
good.
of
Yeah,
It's a
both.
because
very good
yeah,
story.
Yeah, the
yeah.
story.
As you know, all yeah.
I mean, it starts off very lighthearted with some people dying and stuff like that, but relatively lighthearted, and it gets darker and darker as it keeps going.
Mm.
Yeah, they're supposed to. I think there's finally like news about the newer season, right?
I don't know
If I
what that
remember
was.
correctly, I remember like
I know that the
the author
author
started
was going to
writing
start.
again. Yeah,
Yeah, he was going to write again, and his wife was going to help him. His wife, author of Sailor Moon, is going to help him work on it. But I don't
right
remember
on.
exactly. Let me see if I can look it up real quick.
Oh, I did not know his wife is the author of Sailor Moon. That's actually really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had no idea. Sailor Moon's an OG also.
No, it doesn't seem like it's likely that it's returning soon. So I don't know what that was.
Really, I could have
Yeah.
sworn, but
They sent something recently, but I don't know what it was. Who was it that sent it? One of you people did.
I could have sworn because I remember like I'm talking to Kami about it because Kami loves the
Don't
anime as
fucking.
well.
Oh no, David said Hunter x Hunter is coming back in September, but I'm pretty sure he's talking about the manga, not the anime.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, no,
Honestly,
and that's because the author and his wife, like, she was gonna help him do the art and stuff like that again,
that's
because he
okay.
was really struggling.
Okay, yeah,
For
dude.
those who don't know, the Hunter x Hunter author, which I believe, give me a second, let me double check his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Togashi. He has very serious health issues, so he can't always write and stuff like that. So that's why it goes on hiatus for long periods of time. It's similar to like when Berserk was coming out originally with the original author before he passed away. Like he would go on breaks as well because he had a lot of health issues and stuff like that. So it's pretty sad, but yeah, it's definitely. I think they would have to probably drop a lot of chapters because I think that the manga is not even that far ahead of where the anime ended, so they'd probably have to drop a ton of chapters before we even think about getting another Hunter x Hunter anime.
Yeah, they gotta drop hella chapters. No, but
I think.
yeah, it's a fantastic anime. Go ahead, Tim. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, I was gonna say that what's it? I think normally animes adapt like 1 to 2 chapters, like somewhere in between, like 1.5 or 2 chapters per episode. So it'd be
Maybe a lot.
it's gonna depend. Yeah.
At least double the amount of chapters for each episode, right?
Yeah, something like that. At least so they have somewhere to go.
No, yeah, that makes sense. What was I gonna say?
Are
There
there
was
any animes, Humble, that you feel that deeply about? Or is that the main one?
Besides Hunter x Hunter, um, there's an anime that I have yet to finish. It's called Megalobox or Megalobox, and
I
it talks about a kid
think
that's they made a remake, right? Because Hunter x Hunter is the same thing where it was made in the late 70s,
Oh,
80s era.
Megalobox, right? With
Yeah,
with Joe? Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
and that appealed to me because story-wise, similar, right, to my for me growing up, but also at the same time, I've always like, damn, I'm dealing with the. Sorry, give me 1 second. I think my senior dog's barking.
Will you take your moment
No,
for
no, it's okay.
Humble?
She's
Oh,
yeah, she's a terrier mix, so
yeah.
she'll bring me back a rat at some point. Anyway, I'm hoping. Yeah, I'm hoping. But not that I'm gonna mount and eat it or anything like that, but it's always nice for her to bring me gifts. Like, oh, I brought this for you, Dad. I'm like, oh, that's nice. Oh shit, it's still alive. What the fuck? And it starts running around the house. No, I don't. I'm just kidding. It started running around the house. I wouldn't bring shit like that in the house. But going back to animes like Megalobox,
Yeah.
uh, I saw it
Megalobox.
on
Yep.
Netflix, and I was like watching it. I was like, dude, this is so cool, right? The guy is not Will Off, the main protagonist, but yet he makes it in his thing like, why do I need a gear or mechanical machinery to learn to do boxing when it should be just natural spirit, right? And that for me to take away from that anime, even though I haven't finished season 1 yet, the takeaway is that it's not the size of the dog, but it's the size of the fight in the dog, right? Because he's not the biggest guy. I mean, I would say he's considered average, but he's healthy, he's fit. But for other people, it's his spirit, it's his strong mental fortitude that gets him through a lot of matches.
Yep.
So that's another anime. I can't think of any other animes that come to mind, resumes, because I took some shots earlier.
Right.
Um,
Megalobox is definitely a very good one. And it's
yeah.
in reference, Humble mentioned that it was a tribute to an older anime. It was Ashido no Joe, which is an older boxing anime.
Mm, mm,
So yeah, so it was a tribute to that. And
yeah.
Megalobox is basically dude boxing in a world where people were boxing with gear on, like these mechanical suits. Not
Yeah.
mechanical suits. They had like stuff on their arms to basically make them punch really fucking hard.
I see.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely
It's
one of my favorites as
exoskeleton, I
well.
think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much like an exosuit, but like only on your upper body.
Mm.
But yeah.
That anime and Cowboy Bebop. Music
Oh
wise,
yeah,
jazz, 80s
Mm-hmm.
influence, they're good.
Cowboy
Graphics.
Bebop's a banger for sure.
And Lupin the Third is also another one that I can think of. The Count of Cagliostro. Art style, it was just cool.
These are all classic bangers.
Yeah. Yeah. Lupin the Third, Megalobox, and Hunter x Hunter is probably, I would say, name top 3. I could probably name some others, but they just can't come to mind right now.
So good. That's actually a very. I respect all of those choices. I normally don't judge people's lists. Like when it comes to like, oh, those are my top 3. Sometimes I'll judge it a little bit, but I won't say anything. But that's actually like, all 3 of those are ones that I definitely would consider at like a bare minimum to be like an 8 out of 10 to like 10 out of 10 range.
Yeah, Tim's also the mega weeb of the group, so yeah. I mean,
For those
to be honest, I haven't watched
who,
anime in a while, but
I don't know if it's still a limited sale. For those who are in terms of the realm of anime, Uniqlo is uh, eh, having a sale on their One Piece apparel. So for those who want to jump into that,
Okay.
I would recommend. I haven't watched One Piece because it's way too fucking long. I'll read it, but I won't watch it.
That's fair.
Because I read more faster than I can watching.
I think
Uh,
Uniqlo's done anime collabs in the past since they are like a Japanese
They do a lot of
clothing
anime collabs.
manufacturer.
Correct.
Yeah.
When I went to Vietnam, and I checked out their Uniqlo collection, which was much more better than the U.S. market, which is so sad.
really,
It was just nice to see all the stuff. I didn't bring it back because I was more focused on like eating, um, stuff that I had never either experienced or just eating because it was cheap. But yeah, it was nice, and they have each region of Uniqlo focuses on also, or not region of Uniqlo. Each Uniqlo branch focuses on the ethnic region they're in. So of course, Uniqlo Japan will have pretty much all the fixings. Uniqlo Vietnam will have things specialized to Vietnam, right? I've seen a tote bag that said, I'll have to post it in Discord later. It was like something like "You're the pho to my banh mi" or something like that, something white. But it was just things like that. Like it was just nice. Um, you even had stuff in like glass cases, which were ironically were anime related. I didn't think they were that sought after that people would actually steal them, but they were actually in like glass cases. So I had to call security in order to like, hey, I need to look at this shirt, but feel it, right? Yeah. But they also had people protecting the liquor, so I was like, no, I can see that. It's almost like Total Wine and More, where they just lock up all the henny. Everywhere else, not locked up, but yet all the cognac bottles, the entire fucking area is just sealed with plexiglass. Yeah, we need a manager to open this up.
man, I
Yeah, their stuff
wonder
is really
why.
comfy.
Wonder why?
I actually never shopped at Uniqlo, but I mean, how's the material? I've never been there. Is it
I
nice?
love it.
Or...
It's
It's
so
very
comfy.
good.
Really?
They're
I could
probably
wear
like
that. I could wear it every day.
their
I
top
have
tier
like a couple
shirts.
shirts.
Yeah, their
And they're not
t-shirts are
like
very
they're
fucking
not
comfortable.
like super overpriced either. They're like reasonably priced for how quality they are
You
and
can get a
comfortable.
shirt from like anywhere from like $15 to like $25, depending on
Even as
like
low
you
as
want it to, like
10.
yeah, depending on like
Yeah.
what's going on. Yeah, like $15 for like a t-shirt's not bad even. Like the 10 is like obviously you get your deal, but
I'm looking at the One Piece like
especially
collection they
with
have right now.
shirts being fucking expensive as shit most of the time nowadays, like clothes being
Yeah, bro.
reasonable,
Like,
they're not bad.
just go to freaking Ross.
Yeah,
But
and,
I was looking at the One Piece one. I only like one of them. It's the one with
but they're
like
also I looked at it real quick while Humble brought it up, but they're not expensive. They're only like $25 for the shirts, which
no,
is
these
like
aren't that
for
expensive.
nowadays is not bad.
Just like Miniso and Daiso,
I've been to Daiso.
they offer, what is it? Affordable option for the general public, right? That's the whole factor it is, right? As many people see, hey, there's quality, but I can still buy it like this. Of course, they're gonna come and buy it. Same thing for
Yeah.
Uniqlo. It's basic, it's simple, but for most people, they don't want anything intricate. I want a pair of pants. Oh shit, there's some right here, and this will probably last me a long time, right? So that's what Uniqlo focuses on: quality, but also affordable. Not cheap, but affordable.
I would say it is cheap though for Uniqlo, like,
Yeah.
relative to like other stuff.
Or if
Relative
you
to
got a
other
dad
stuff,
bod
it's
like me,
considered
you go
cheap. Yeah.
to Costco. No,
Fair.
I'm
Freaking
actually gonna go
Costco.
to Costco right after this, but not actually. No, it's tomorrow.
Yeah,
I try to make it a point to have at least one glizzy a week.
that's
There's something
fucking
about that
crazy.
Shyamalan Ding Dong. It just
The
appeals to me, you know?
Glizzy Gladiator right here.
Yeah, fucking that Polish hot dog, you know? Yeah, you
Polish
can't
hot
go
dog.
wrong.
That'd be
It's
crazy.
$1.50 for a soda. I mean, you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
I saw someone take a
Right?
pizza slice and then put the hot dog on top and then just fold the pizza over the hot
Don't
dog
tip
and
me.
just eat
I'll
it like
fucking
that.
live stream that shit.
Don't
That's
people do that
genius.
too with the fucking chicken bakes or something too, right? Like
Mhm.
they pop open the chicken bake and they'll throw a hot dog in there.
Yeah,
Oh
they'll cut it
yeah.
in the
Diabolical
Yeah,
opening and
that's
they'll
shit.
put
true.
the Shyamalan and Ding Dong in there.
That is diabolical. That's like glazaster. That's what I would call it.
I'll try
Um,
it.
but how much are pants now? Dude, pants can go for like like hundreds for like a Levi pair of Levi's like $130,
Uh,
$140.
It's something fucking ridiculous.
It is
I was looking
ridiculous,
at a
bro.
shirt on eBay. It said made in Japan. I'm like, okay, cool. It's made in Japan. But yet the shirt used was already close to $70. I was like, $70?
Oh,
What the fuck? This is a button
oh
up,
my
right?
lord.
It's because Japan, one of their specialties is they specialize in indigo blue, specifically the dye. And indigo
Mm.
is from way back in the day is naturally fire retardant. So that's why you see a lot of firefighters over there. They wear blue as well as workers, is because it's fire resistant.
Mm.
Yeah. So people are like, "Oh, this is blue. It must be fire retardant." I have a feeling that's why they're bidding it on eBay right now.
Okay,
Out
that
of
makes
spite or
sense.
pettiness, I would have bought it straight out. If there was like a buy now, I would have bought it and just returned it the next day. I'm like, you know what? It didn't fit me. Whatever. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead, guys.
No, I don't think we had anything. We had nothing to say. No, yeah. I think I had a question regarding anime. Oh no, I had a question about your dog. What's your dog's name? Like, how'd you get her and stuff? Or
Okay.
yeah.
For security questions, I will not answer her name. I will
Okay.
call her. Oh, she's a fucking. She's a boomer for sure. But
Okay.
yeah. But she just turned 15 in March.
Oh.
Unfortunately, she's deaf.
Oh.
And she's losing motor because she's old. She's losing motor functions in her back legs. So I want to buy like ruffles or something specific to help her with that movement and her muscles. But she's doing all right. I've had her since she was 2, so pretty much since high school. And the fact that she stayed this long, I mean, I would. Yeah, I love that dog.
Hmm.
I can hear her barking at her right now. Noise suppression is actually suppressing it, but I can hear it right now.
What's her breed?
She's a Chihuahua Terrier mix. I only
Mm.
Oh,
know
so
because she's a
she's
terrier
small.
because she caught me rats. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, she's pretty small. She's like 9 pounds. Unfortunately, she's having liver issues right now. So she's about a little over 6 pounds now. We're trying to
Mm.
get her to eat more, but knowing dogs, they'll just eat whatever they want and then just throw it up and decide, you know what, I'm gonna eat this throw up later. Like, fuck, right?
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, dogs are interesting, but with her, it's manageable for the most part. Um, yeah, she turned 15, and I've had her since she was 2. And unfortunately, I can't break her out of the ingrained habit that she has to hoard food.
Mm.
Chihuahuas tend to have a very large litter, when it comes to birth. So when we saw her initially like that, I realized that she used to fight for her food when she was young, which means she was probably one of the smallest in her litter.
Mm. I
So
see. Uh,
yeah.
do you remember where you got her?
Uh, I think from my mom's friend. She was like, "Hey, you want a dog?" Stuff like that. And in my head, because I'm a menace, I was thinking like, "Are you gonna eat it or something? Is that what you're asking, or what's gonna happen to this dog when it's gone?" So I was just like, "Yeah, we'll take it, right?" Because I was looking at my sister, and I was just holding her the entire time, and she was shivering, and it was just so cute, you know. Every time she got home and she realized, "Hey, I'm safe, and I want to be with you forever," right? Like misery without the breaking of the ankles. But
Mm-hmm.
it was just so nice because, well, it's a hit or miss, right? Because now you realize, holy fuck, this dog has separation anxiety. She was so determined when I left the house for work or school or both that she actually would gnaw through older pieces of the fence adjoining to our neighbors or dig in underneath the hole that the soil was soft and somehow come out. I mean, she was that fast.
Oh my
By
gosh.
the time I got to the house and she was already in the backyard, by the time I got to the driveway, she would get out within 2 minutes, if not less. Yeah. that's also when I knew she was Vietnamese. Like she could dig tunnels that good. I was like, holy fuck,
Oh my god.
it was
Oh
insane.
my god. Damn, dude.
Yeah,
That's a very proactive dog you got there.
yeah, but she doesn't do that anymore. She doesn't flip over her back because of her joints and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a blessing to have. Because she's older and she can't control her bladder. I do put out Amazon. Amazon has this thing called their basics line, almost like Kirkland has, or Casco has Kirkland, where I'll buy basic stuff like puppy pads, and I'll buy it. It'll come every 3 to 6 months, uh, depending on how much I need them, the importance of them. Not really the importance of the frequency, depending on the frequency. So I bought them for her, and she's like scared. She's like, "Oh, are you gonna get mad at me because I took a shit?" I'm like, "Well, I take a shit all the time. It's not like someone's gonna be mad at me, right?" So yeah, and then I get it's probably one of the few things I'll get mad about someone like kicking a dog or animal cruelty because it's just like the animal cannot control that unless you teach that animal to do certain something, right? They're only going to see black and white, where for us we're going to see mostly gray.
Sure. So that's something you mentioned earlier before the pod. You started going to the gym again, like an
Yeah,
actual gym, right? With
yeah.
I seen pictures of you posted as well.
Mhm.
Working out with I think his name is Alec, right?
Yeah.
Alec After Hours.
Yes. You guys are familiar with him. You guys are like friends with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's well how's that been? Like what's your progress so far? Have you noticed anything different? Have you been feeling better?
Aside for being bricked up from motivation all the time, that's about
Mm-hmm.
it. I would
Okay.
bother him. I mean, I haven't known him too long, but I've known him enough that I have his phone number.
Mm-hmm.
I know where he lives. We've gone
Mm-hmm.
out to eat.
Mm-hmm.
We got out to drink. In
Mm-hmm.
regards to men, that's almost like a rite of passage, right?
Yeah, that's it. You
You
guys
gone out
are
to drink with someone and you're thinking like, this is someone that I can hang out with without getting in a bar fight 50% of the time. This is the someone I want to hang out with or introduce someone to my friends.
So to
So
top it off, for those that don't know, Alec is a personal trainer, so being motivational in the gym is pretty much his job.
job, yeah.
So it would make sense
he's
that
making sure the
he'll kick
homies
your
get
ass to
bricked
get in
up.
the gym every day.
Oh,
Right on.
yeah, he's pretty good. Um, I have a pretty high metabolism, so whatever muscle I gain will remain naturally, but also um, I am more likely to be toned. So any excess fat, saturated, unsaturated, that goes into me, it is usually burned out pretty quick. Um, I take a lot of breaks in between each set, so I can stay in the gym for between maybe 1, 3, 4 hours, and I'll just tune it out. I'll be on the mindset like, hey, I need to be fit. Someone throws hands at me, I know that I have enough endurance cardio that I'm gonna tear that motherfucker down, or multiple, depending on if it's a 1v3 or 1v5.
John Wick style. I
So
see.
yeah, so it's just nice meeting him, and it's also doesn't just also come from his personal standpoint. Alec is a very nice person as a whole. I mean, he would not be a professional trainer for just shy of a decade, if not more, decade and some change, if he was not the person he is. Ambitious, well educated, well rounded, both mentally and physically, uh, for his part. So
Is your
he's
training
very good person.
regimen is your training regimen like solely focused around like doing cardio things or more weightlifting or
So
mix?
for what he has for me, he told me that because of my metabolism, in addition to weight size. So right now, I'm a little over 160, but that's because I've been bulking. The
Mm.
lean proteins and everything I have, or what he says is macros, I I consume like twice of that. So my calorie intake used to be 2,000. Recently, it's been 3,000. I'm trying to up to about 5,000. So you imagine 5,000 calories within a
Jesus.
day. That's a lot of food. But that's also equivalent to how much activity, right? If I haven't been playing games like what just came out earlier this month, if not
Once
last
human.
month, Once Human. Yes, thank you. Obviously, I'm not going to eat 5,000 calories because it's just going to turn to fat. Next, you know, I got a stomach like most of my uncles right now. So things like that take into account, right? If I'm not burning the calories that I'm consuming, I'm gonna look like someone that I can outrun at Target or some shit. You know, like, sir, stop right there. I'm like, I'm good, bro, and you just run out the door because you know they're not gonna chase you, right?
Yeah.
It's just that easy. I'm just using Target example because I have a Target near me, but um, yeah, so things like that. So mostly just bulking. I'm hoping my goal, aside from, because he asked me just there are two types of questions, right? There are closed questions in which you ask people, "How was your day?" "It was good," or "How are you?" Or in general, it would be like, "Did you go out to eat?" "Yes," "No." That would be a closed question. Open questions would be such as, "What type of foods did you eat today?" Rather than "Did you eat today?" Right? That'd probably be a better comparison. I don't know where I went with the beginning. It's probably the vodka, but it'd be questions like that. So for him, he asked me an open-ended question, which was, where do you see yourself after all this fitness, or in terms of this fitness journey? And I told him pretty much, I just want to be fit in general, right? I didn't even think of bulking or anything like that, or being muscly. Even my masseuse, when she was like massaging my shoulders, she was just like, "Fuck, you're tight right here." And I was about to say that's what she said, but I don't know Mandarin that well, so I can't really exactly translate that. Most
Right.
Anglo Asian languages are pretty like straight to the point. So trying to make a joke in between, you'd have to know the region in which that person come from at a
Yeah.
glance. But going back to like meals and fitness stuff like that, I just want to be fit. Uh, Work, unfortunately, and just life in general keeps us a lot of things in terms of fitness. So, right, what things you can squeeze? Does my work allow me to work from home or hybrid? Can I work out in between? Um, One of our mutual friends, David, he's he splits time reasonably well. That excuse me, he can work out during his breaks. So for me, I don't have the luxury, right? For my work specifically, that I'm not going to go into, usually work security, executive protection, or something in between that requires for me to be on site. So I can't really say, "Oh, I'm gonna go check this out and let me do 3 sets of fucking deadlifts right now," right? It's not like I can do that. So
Yeah.
I try to do as much as I can with the time I'm here, both out of work as well as on this earth as a whole.
Right
So
on.
with your previous job, like without going into the specifics, that required you to do a lot of like standing up and walking around and some physical activity here and there. So
Yes,
it would make sense that you would consume like more calories than an average person to kind of keep that energy going.
correct.
So
So not going into specifics of my job, current employment not too bad because there is no physical fitness requirements, but the previous jobs required me to be physically fit. I had to drag a dummy, no heavier than 150 to 200 past a certain weight, or past a certain length of field. Football field, I think was it. I think I have to look it back up. It's been a while. I know I had to run a certain length within a certain amount of time. I had to do a certain number of sit-ups, push-ups. Uh, I think because some of those contracts regarded the government, also required me to, after all that, had to do a firearm qualification course. So all that time and plus working, it does not seem to equate. Unfortunately, the stress tends to build up. And for me, I just told myself, I was just like, I don't think this job's for me. Money's good, don't get me wrong, but the balance between your personal and your professional life, it's not great, right? I literally saw, because I think 1 week I watched the sun rise and then the sun set. So to give
Jeez.
people the example, I worked from 4 a.m., which means I had to get there by 3:45, which means I also had to get there by 3:30, and then I clocked out by 6. So realistically, I didn't get home until maybe between 7 or 8 p.m. because it was just that
God.
busy. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Ironically, I don't know if you guys can see behind me. I actually have my old uniform behind me, as well as a collection of other patches that people either given me over the years or retired or exchanged in returns to my patches.
Oh yeah.
So I still have.
Sorry, can you describe like those patches in the back? I see like some law enforcement stuff, for example, like on your
Yes,
wall
so
there.
I have a mixture of law enforcement, both state and federal. There's one that's shaped like a shield, according to the dash cam. That's the upper left-hand corner, and that's actually the Jolly Green Giant from the vegetable cans.
Oh.
Um, so a lot of military will designate certain like logos and stuff like that to be on their insignia. So I have exchanged a lot of those patches as well. I actually bought that entire huge piece of Velcro for pretty cheap on Amazon. So ever since then, I've been building on it. The ones that are distinctly red, those are actually Vietnamese patches from the military,
Oh.
and I was able to get those at a decent price, and it was just interesting just to have on those. Obviously, I won't wear those either here or in Vietnam because it's gonna beg some questions. But I just like to keep them as memorabilia.
Okay.
So I just collect those at a time. I collect a lot of things.
I do have a question. You seem to have like this uh a high respect towards people in authority, like people in law enforcement, people in the military. Is there a reason why? Or
Yes and no. I family-wise, I had a good support system at a glance, but it was also a lot of trauma and a lot of things associated with that. I was introduced to law enforcement um, at a very young age, like most people do when their situation's not best. So
Mhm.
even with that, all the tears and pain I went through, it was just nice. Well, I think back at that now that my uh there's a lot of power that comes with people in authority, right? From the law enforcement officer, deputy sheriff, or whatever, to invoke that control or everything like that. But it was just, it was nice. I see myself that I could have gone a different path, right? Um, and with the amount of, I guess, criminals we have in our state that are being released on the daily, I see myself and I talk with them like, any kind of mishap or I could have taken a wrong turn somewhere or something, right? Or let's say like I'll take an example with alcohol. I could have been like a serious alcoholic and just taken my car and then end up in prison, wrong mistakes like that. So going back to the people in authority, both military and law enforcement, it takes a special person to hold that job, especially in regards to exercising certain powers of, I guess, detention or detainment. So I'll give an example, right? So I actually got a ticket going to LA. I wasn't speeding, right? I just took the wrong turn. I actually have the dash cam footage to this day, somewhere on my hard drive. It really could have taken a wrong turn, right? I Even though Asians make up a pretty large majority of the minorities here in California, it doesn't take to the account that I got pulled over. I got pulled over. I got taken out of my car. The guy asked me if I had any weapons. I wanted to be truthful because at some point he's gonna find out that I have weapons or something like that on record. And yeah, so nothing came out of it. I mean, he even asked me if I had any knives. I was like, yeah, I got knives on me, right? And he was surprised, like, oh shit, I got all this stuff on me. I was like, yeah, well, you asked me nicely, right? But it went calm to the point where it was still my fault for not making that correct turn. So what happened was GPS took me at 250 feet. I thought the exit was to the left. Turns out the exit to the left was further up, and the exit that I was in the left turn lane actually merged onto the highway. Unfortunately, the Los
Oh.
Angeles highways is something else when it comes to
Oh yeah.
driving because I thought NorCal was bad. No, this one was like
Yeah.
it fucking took you in circles everywhere. I was like, just give me a
It's
fucking
insane.
bike. Put my fries in the bag, bro. But
Yeah.
it was it drove me insane. So I was like, I see it. I should have done better, and I do apologize. So it could have gotten worse. You know, I could have got my emotions out of control, but I realized like, look, this isn't. There's a time to fight, and there's a time. This is not that time. You know, this is my boy. This is my homeboy's birthday or belated birthday. I'm not gonna ruin for him. I'm trying to find him a nice gift. So this is not the time. I'll deal with it on my account. And accountability is something that most people, if not some people, cannot take to this time, right? If I made a mistake, I'm gonna own up to it. But for some reason, there's a lot of people out there who will not account for the mistakes, right? If I
Mhm.
get angry and it turns out I'm in the wrong, I'm gonna say like, look, I lashed out. That's my bad, right?
Yeah.
Regardless if it's someone that you just met, a friend, and stuff like that. And then of course it's on the other party to say, "Oh, I accept your apology," or and move on from that, or just say like, you know what, I don't want to be with you anymore, or vice versa, platonic or not.
Yeah, I think Professor Oak from Pokemon says it best. There's a time and place for everything, but not now. Yeah,
Enough said.
I've said. No, that I see that. You know, I respect your, you know, your thoughts regarding law enforcement and stuff. It makes sense. You know,
Yeah,
like, there's a time and
I'm
place
not
for everything.
saying that I'm very respective of them. You know, there are certain people, obviously, in every industry, there's a bad apple,
Yeah.
but you know, I think everyone here has gone through some contact with some person of authority where there's this like, kind of gone a different way. Wow, this guy's an asshole. But what are the steps to remedy that? Or is the person brand new, right? Because you can fuck with someone brand new all the time. It doesn't take a someone that's smart or someone like, oh, I need to know that this person's new. You can find out someone's new at their job depending on their tone, how they walk, how they talk, right?
Hmm.
And you can size them up pretty quick. Yeah, usually the people in the room that tend to talk pretty soft tend to be pretty well-rounded in regards to not just their communication skills, but also their close quarters or defensive tactics or something in regards to knowing how to throw hands,
Hmm.
in lack of a better term. Sorry, go ahead, Martin. I keep cutting you off.
Oh no, no, you're good. That's fine. That's it. To be honest. But no, I understand. Totally makes sense. You know, everybody in every uh form of work and form of authority. There's always gonna be like the bad guys. There's gonna be people that are, you know, abusing their power. But you know, there's people out there that are, you know, that are good. There's definitely bad cops and good cops. There's definitely bad military. There's definitely bad politicians and good politicians. There's, you know, um, you just have, it's hard to distinct between the two. But you know, when you're in a situation where you can size them up and can see them for who they are, then you know that's when you can, you know, decide for yourself. Oh, but yeah. Any questions from you guys? Like, I've known Humble for like way longer than you guys. Is there anything you guys want to know about him? This is the time.
Have you been
Kinda.
keeping up with like going to like the shooting range? Because I know that's one of your hobbies.
Yes. So shooting range wise, I mean it's been hard to manage that time wise because my focus is more on finding stable employment or just finding money in itself. I mean, it's not like I've been hustling since high school,
Mm-hmm.
but it's just more of like if there's an opportunity to make money, I'll do it. Especially if I have the time to do it. So I've just been doing that. Ever since I came back from Southeast Asia, Vietnam was, of course, one of the countries that I'm more familiar with. But ever since coming from Southeast Asia, I was just like, fuck, I want to experience life the way it is, right? Through either through my eyes or through other people's eyes. And I'll even ask them, like, how was it traveling through this country? Or what do you think of traveling through Vietnam? And things like that. So all the money I make is not just for me, but also so the opportunity to travel overseas is more uh, the likelihood that I'll travel overseas is more increased, if that makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though the flights may be heavy, by the time you get there, you can spend as little as you can and still be within a decent budget. Um, to keep an account for those are not familiar with Vietnamese currency. Vietnamese currency ever since the 80s, post-war Vietnam, has been inflated. You're looking at if 25,000, if not 30,000, can buy you a decent meal, $1 is equal to 25,000 Vietnamese dollars.
Damn.
So you imagine if you had $20 in your hand, you can buy a decent amount. When I went to the
Was your
DR, I didn't. When I went to yeah, when I went to the
was your
DR,
4-day tattoo $20 as well?
no, I wish, dude. I wish. Mine, it depends on the piece and how intricate it is. For mine, I had like colors around, so obviously that increased in price, the size of it, the intricacy, as well as how complex it was to, because they have to print it out, right, in order to put the sticker on, the adhesive. So they have to find something like, holy fuck, this is a lot of lines. So even then they put on the adhesive, the artist, or in this case the owner, still had to trace with Sharpie just to make sure, like, oh fuck, did I fuck this up, or where's this line right here? So that takes into account as well.
Jeez.
I was able to negotiate, thankfully, 3 meals a day, including that tattoo.
Right on.
Yeah, so there was that.
Oh, they brought you the meals on top of it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I was while
I thought you
during
paid
it.
them the meals on top of it.
Pay
No,
them their
no,
meals.
it includes with the tattoo as
Oh,
well.
cool.
Yeah, you have to, and the U.S. also has a Western system also has a way to do it too, right? We have written agreements, we have spoken agreements, we have applied consent of agreements. So with Vietnamese people, your word is your bond.
Mhm.
I feel like I'm quoting someone, but it's when I agreed with them verbally, I'm like, okay, this is this and this is this. I think the only time I got an argument was like when I deposited the money. I'm like, wait, I thought this was half the amount and half later, but I forgot that their proficiency even now is not well with English. And I was in a city of a province that's not really known for English to be the second language. So I understood that. And at the same time, I'm like, look, I'm having good deal as it is because they kept asking me, I was like, this is pretty cheap for Westerners. I was like, well, it's reasonably cheap for us, but for you guys, that's money to your paycheck. So I'm not gonna say I want it to be cheaper. That's, if this is your work that's being put on my skin. So if you fuck up, I'm essentially telling you that you fucked up, and it's gonna look bad for everyone else, right? They wouldn't have put me as a special guest on TikTok and interviewed me regardless. Ironically, what we're doing now is what they did when I was in Vietnam. They
Oh.
brought the fucking whole setup, cameras, lighting areas and stuff like that, and I was impressed. I was like, I just came here for a tattoo. I didn't expect to be interviewed today, but of course, TikTok is cheap and other social media platforms. The reason why a lot of brick and mortar stores, going away from the tattoo topic, is that the reason why a lot of brick and mortar stores couldn't survive after COVID, even during COVID, is because they did not learn how to adapt. The pros and cons of having a free market system is that if you lose money on whatever area or there's other competitors out there, it's because you're not doing enough or something else. Or, there's no win-win situation, especially if the your competitors have a better advantage against you.
Yeah.
McDonald's is a good example. And the movie, of course, with Michael Keaton.
Yeah, dude. Businesses have to adapt to the market in order to survive, like you said.
Correct.
Otherwise, they're just gonna fall under every other failed company that
Right.
can't do what others can. Well, others do better, and that's just life. That's just how it is. That's
Yeah.
survival of the fittest in a mark in a mark capital world, I guess. Yeah.
Correct. I mean, if you look at Twitch, right? If they're if you guys had to pick a number of how many people are living on Earth, what number would that be in the billions?
We're
Well,
close
probably
to
go,
eight
what,
now.
7 to
It's
8?
like
Yeah, yeah.
7.9, 7.8 now, probably.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many of those people are part of the Twitch community at this point? Ever since 2015. It's probably increased by then. 15 million, I think, was 2015's number.
It has to be at least like half a billion at this point, maybe at most.
Okay. Do you divide that by the number of whatever the percentage of affiliates, which is I'm assuming a lot,
Yeah.
maybe a quarter of a million, if not less than that, or not quarter million, sorry, a quarter of that number, and then you divide that by even a smaller percentage, you get the number of partnered streamers, right? Because Twitch can only pay so much, in which they think they can invest in a lot of money,
That's fair.
right? So when people say like, "Oh, I can be a Twitch streamer," and they don't realize how much work it takes just for job wise a Twitch streamer is. There's no one accounting for your hours. There's no one paying for your health insurance. Nothing in terms of insurance premiums. And they wonder like, "Oh, I can make money off this and that." You're an entrepreneur. Your time is your money, but how much time are you really putting in to make money?
Oh yeah, that's exactly the case. I feel like that's something we've all, like us three on the podcast panel, we've all like thought about. Like we probably have that inner monologue, like, man, maybe I can make money off this. Maybe I can. Maybe I can
Right.
keep going, make this my main thing. Like, later on in life. But then you
Yeah.
think about like all the intricacies of Twitch
Yeah.
streaming and how it could be
Yeah.
very difficult getting your next your rent paid, at the very minimum.
Right.
It it for some people it's right around the corner, like you can see it happening. But for me, in my case, like I haven't even streamed in like a couple weeks, and it's not like I
Right.
don't want to, but
Yeah.
it's because like I have to make the money that I need to make to survive, and that's
Right.
the that's
Yeah.
that's that's the sad truth, to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, I'd love to do this full time. Like, I would absolutely love to just talk, interview, play games, chat on stream, and make that like my livable make that my livable wage. But it's just not feasible, honestly. But no, yeah, it's I don't want to call it a pipe dream, because there's definitely people that are successful from it. Like, we have friends in our circle, like Ari, Ren Theory, shout out to her. She's making it. She's doing it. She's making it work. She's living, in the Nevada area, and wants to, keep pursuing what she's doing, and she's doing well. So,
Yeah.
but no, yeah, I agree.
I think for things
Yeah.
on the Twitch aspect, like it's very important to invest a lot of your time into making something that you're proud of and you want to put out there to the world and kind of brand yourself as a certain type of content creator. But it's also like it involves some like upfront money to like get this thing started. Like obviously there's a lot of streamers that don't have as much equipment as others, and so I guess production value can kind of go down. So I don't know. It seems like some streamers do make it with like little production value, and others get away with like having like the most extravagant stream you've ever seen, and then they also have like huge viewers too. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just like in a way like a gamble, because Twitch doesn't really, they're not very helpful with marketing you as a streamer. Like it's very hard to get your name out there organically. Um, so I think in this space specifically that's very saturated, I think it's very important to kind of differentiate yourself from the bunch and just make yourself like your own person that just does something different than the rest and can stand out. And that's
Right.
what people at the end of the day want to see more of.
Right.
No, yeah, I agree. To go back on that, you mentioned how people with lower production value can, even make it big based on, and like, compared to like people that have like high production value. I want to name a couple names. Like, do you guys know who Sushi Dragon is?
No.
Sushi Dragon. He's like this one streamer that he has this literally a streaming room filled with a bunch of equipment, like literally hundreds of like almost literally hundreds of cameras, computers, devices that will, and then also like code programming that will do random stuff, whatever he wants. Literally,
Yeah.
he will walk to one side of the room where it has like a green screen, and start like doing like a, it's very what's the word, kind of not necessarily brain rotty, but it's very like low attention spam, uh kind of keeps you engaged the entire time, because he's always doing something different. And he'll do random wacky stuff, and he's covered to the brim with like technology on his arms. He has like a bunch of stuff. Basically, I can't even imagine how much he spent like making this thing. And like his views are good, but like you see somebody like Queso, all he's doing is just sitting on a chair with his computer with his like basic ass headset and just playing Minecraft for hours, and people love him, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like comparing somebody with low production quality versus a high one. And obviously, Queso's making probably a lot more money than Sushi Dragon is. But it's not to say that, you know, Sushi Dragon isn't like making it, because he clearly has like success. But there's obviously like larger forms of success between the two.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
how we define success,
That's
either
true.
financially or as a personal goal.
Yeah. People define success in many ways, like whether it's, like you said, financially, or even people like just making something that they're proud of, like Deki said. But yeah.
I think with like a lot of youth too that do want to get started in this content creation space, like they don't really have like their own income, so they can't really afford $1,000 camera or like even a PC for that matter. So if their
Yeah.
passion is video games and they want to share their video games with other people, it's very hard to get that started if you're like from a low income household. So it's
Yeah.
pretty sad that a lot of kids out there that have a passion for this can't really share it with the world and, you know, stay in the space
Simply
just because of
the
monetary
barrier of
monetary
entry.
value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, Tim.
No, it's definitely. There's a lot of. It's probably mainly luck or like. I think part of it too is that like you mentioned Queso earlier, like part of it is definitely like you said outside influences as well, because Queso always talks about like the main reason he got big was he was just looking for like fucking games he can clip the shit out of and just hope that he would go big on like TikTok clips and then hope that that would go over his stream, and it ended up working out for him. And it depends on like how much effort. The biggest part of Twitch is probably like how much effort you put into stuff outside of Twitch if you want to grow. Just something I've been fucking lazy about, and I've actually been like thinking about doing other stuff on the side to like try and grow the stream, but it's like there's so much work you have to do and so much research you have to do on like, all right, what are games coming out now that aren't oversaturated? Like you're not gonna pop off being the next Apex streamer nowadays. Like you would have had to do that fucking years ago. Like any game that you want to do now, you have to find a new game that you love enough to grind out for, and then two, it's like you have to put in effort. Even though TikTok might go away, but like there's still like YouTube Shorts, like Instagram, like wherever you gotta post, Let's hope.
Yeah, and then there's that luck aspect, like you said. Like it's
Yeah,
literally just luck. It just really depends on like whoever's watching you is like, oh,
Yeah.
this is dope. I'm gonna share it, and then it keeps
Yeah.
going and going and going.
You're probably at like like, there's tons of people where like I'll see a clip, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna share this to the boys, and you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sending it to a group chat. It's like 30% effort that you put into it and like 70% luck, but you still have to put that 30% effort in.
Yeah,
To be able to share a clip,
and that 30% could be huge, you know, compared to like what you're, you know, what you do in a day.
Yeah, you can put in tons of hours. Just trying.
I mean, canceled or not, I mean, just if you look at Mr. Beast and like how he rose to like his super fame of just like doing the most minute YouTube videos of just like counting to 100,000 or like doing some weird challenges, like no one on the YouTube space was really doing that before, and it was crazy to see how he blew up off of that, and he was able to kind of pivot to doing charity stuff and then like the stuff he's doing right now, which is like no one even is even coming close to being able to do something like that. And at his popularity and his fame on YouTube being like the #1 most subscribed is like insane. Like his come up at such a young age.
He's fucking insanely huge. I think he's only 26 right now, so yeah. Controversy aside, I think he'll still go past that because he's fucking Mr. Beast. Huge.
Yeah, I
Unless
don't know
like
if it's
federal
gonna.
government steps in type shit. It would literally have to be that he gets like fucking hit by the government for him to get in trouble at this point.
But no, yeah, he's a. I don't know if the allegations against him are gonna like hinder him too much or anything. It really just depends on like how, you know, how what's the word? How the society, how people see him like after the fact, like.
Yeah, I think that people are fine with
and
it.
How he handles it too, and how he handles it.
The biggest part is how he handles it. If he handles it in a way that pisses people off, then like he'll get in trouble for it. But if he handles it in a very like oh no, and then like lets it blow over, he'll be fine.
Yeah.
100%. There's so many
Um,
times like somebody gets canceled, quote unquote, and they just let it blow over and they're fine. And there's other times where people fucking react to it and then that's their downfall.
Yeah.
You just have to like apologize once and just be like, I'm done with this. I'm cleaning my hands of it.
Oh, yeah.
I always forget that Jess fucking loves queso.
Yeah, apparently Jess loves queso. I'm actually surprised because she never mentions him.
No, she does.
Not
We
to
got
me.
into this. So we got into this because Dana doesn't like queso.
Oh,
because-
what?
He's one of those loud equals funny streamers.
But he's not like
Yeah,
loud
but
equals
he's not
funny
always like that all the time.
much.
No, it's
yeah.
because Dana saw him one time be mean to people in a game, and he didn't like that. And
Oh
I
my
was like, Dana,
gosh.
you saw one clip. He's not always like this. But he was like, oh, he's a toxic gamer. Queso's not toxic.
He's
Like
not
realistically,
toxic.
he's not. He's
He's
not
actually
toxic at
not.
all. He's like a big fucking teddy bear, like most of the time. But yeah,
Yeah.
the comments in his videos go crazy. They really do.
I actually don't mind the current like big three in gamer town, like Jinxie, Sketch, and Queso. I think they're pretty.
Sketch isn't really a big three in gamer town. Just Sketch
Mm,
is.
I guess not gamer, but it's I don't. He's such he's so clippable. Like it's just so easy.
Yeah, no,
like
he's more. I consider Sketch more like just chatting or like IRL stuff nowadays.
nowadays,
the
yeah.
time.
But he played Madden for fucking years, no?
Yeah, yeah, that's fair.
So I don't know. But
what
now
you
that
gotta
he
go
has the
for.
opportunity to go do stuff, he's doing more stuff outside. What's up?
That's what you gotta go for though. Nowadays, it's just like you gotta farm clips. You gotta farm something that's really good, and hopefully the internet shares it. Because in this age of TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels, like
Yeah, 5
if you
seconds,
make
bro.
a clippable thing, yeah, it's like a first impression is everything type of deal,
Yeah.
where, I guess your kind of popularity kind of it depends. It kind of stays around if you like can maintain farming those clips and maintain like being in people's eyes for just that minute or whatever, keeping people's attention because they're gonna just keep watching you if they find you interesting.
Yeah, and it's definitely like you get definitely like you said, you gotta be a clip farmer out the ass, which is my laziest part personally.
Do you still watch Twitch like a lot, Humble? Are you still like in the? Because I feel like I haven't seen you around as much in people's chats, unless that's just me like not showing up either. But
He's on his gym arc.
that's true. Humble's on his gym arc right now, so I feel like he's doing that a lot more.
So I do pop in when I can. I'll lurk, but
Mhm.
ever since I've been playing Once Human, I mean, it's been out the door. But right, the life will always
Good
get in
game.
the way. It's yeah, it is. But I will be in people's streams. I'll chat if the streamer is able to open up topics that are, like I mentioned, to the closed and open-ended questions. Right? They don't have to be questions. They could be statements. They could be answers. They could be something that is a opinion, both controversial or something that piques the viewer's interest. So unless I hear someone talk about, oh, so this and so that, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just be like, oh, I'm lurking. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to say, but as you're aware through the conversations that we've had, right, I can go through a lot of different topics, but those are topics that I can infer from that I can talk to like endlessly about. So if the streamer, whoever I'm watching, is not able to meet, I would say expectations, but they're not able to, I guess,
Get on your vibe, I guess.
not really vibe. I mean, I get along with most people for the most part, with the exception of some people that haven't touched grass. But these some streamers where they can't make a not really decent conversation, but it's just like they're playing. Let's say genre-wise, right? It's easier to communicate with community if you're playing Hollow Knight or something that requires very simple keybinds on a keyboard versus FPS where 90% of your focus is on the game and 10% focuses on the chat versus the game where you don't really need that much to pay attention. So that
I
requires
feel like Hollow Knight's a crazy choice for that though, because Hollow Knight has some crazy boss fights.
The boss fights,
That's
yes, but like the
true.
travel
Yeah.
Up to that
aspect
point.
isn't
Yeah,
that.
no,
Up to
I
that
just feel
point.
like Hollow
Yeah.
Knight's a crazy choice. There's probably like I know what you mean though.
Yeah. I mean, it's games that like, holy shit, it requires a lot of keys. I'll take a good example. I love 8-bit games. One of them I've been playing. It's called if I minimize the tab, Kingdom Two Crowns. Right. When I played Kingdom Two Crowns, I was like, okay, should be chill, dude. It was so chill. It only requires 4 keys. WASD. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need an action being taken, you just gotta hold down one of the keys. And it blew my mind. I was like, what the fuck? That's a game that it's easier to communicate with chat. Or with one of the streamers I watch, I would say our mutual friends, but another friend of mine that I met, I won't say met, not met physically. I would say Twitch friends in itself. She plays Sims a lot. It's easy to communicate with her because she's playing a game that only requires 1 or 2 keys versus a game that requires not just the mouse, but also the pretty much half the keyboard because you have a lot of keybinds plus whatever default keys are applied to.
I feel like you mentioned FPS games as being something that somebody can't focus on. I don't really agree with that though, because I feel like a lot of people I watch play games like that, and they still communicate with chat while they're playing.
But is their skill set enough that they can
Yeah,
multitask,
but I mean that's
right?
on them. Like I feel like that's on the streamer. If they have to look down at the keyboard to figure out their keybinds, that's more on you. As how do I word this?
I think by skill set, I think he means like like ranking and
Oh,
like
if you can
Apex, for example.
can you multitask?
Like multitask, like being able to play at a high competitive level while also talking to chat. Because I don't see people like like AC
I don't
or
know.
Timmy like reading all the time when they're in.
To be
game.
fair, I don't know if they can read their chats. Their chats probably move.
That's true.
Fucking
Their chats
fast.
really move really fast. But I'm trying to. I can't really think of like any big like competitively good player that
But to be fair,
can
a lot of
also
those
read
people that
chat.
their chats also move fast, so that's kind of
Exactly, but I'm
hard
trying
to
to find like a
compare.
medium-sized streamer that can do that. I don't think I even know that. That's the thing.
What medium-sized streamers do you watch? Is
Exactly.
like in that sense. It was like I think most of
Exactly.
the streamers that we watch are anywhere from like smaller streamers that could do that because their chat doesn't move that fast and they're probably decent enough at the game to be able to read and play. Or
Right.
it's a huge streamer that doesn't really read their chat to begin with. They're reading like one
Yeah.
message out of 10,000. So it's
I'm
like
watching them for like they're playing with their play
yeah,
style or like whatever they're
yeah.
playing. Yeah.
So
I
if I'm
guess
watching
they
like Tyler One,
yeah.
I'm not expecting him to fucking read my chat message. He has like fucking
No.
15K viewers, chat's moving at Mach 10.
I don't
I'm not
even
gonna.
bother typing in those people's chats.
Oh
Me
god no.
neither.
It doesn't
I don't
matter.
understand the people that do because I'm like, there's no way he reads this. And
If
if he
the
does
viewer
read it,
counter
he's
is
gonna be
over
mad.
100, you're kind of screwed, right?
Yeah, but
I have a
even
1 in
but if they're
100
under
chance to be like,
100,
oh, I can see this,
yeah.
right?
If it's
And it
under
also depends
100,
if it's in slow mo too. There's a lot of independent variables that go
yeah,
into that. Viewer count, time management
Chatters.
skills,
yeah,
right? The type of equipment you have, both electronic and also physical here. So, and also what helps also is mods, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Mods interact with the viewers. They are essentially the agent, if not the point of contact from the streamer to the chat, not invoking their points of as a person, but just their, I guess their a sense of being the community.
yeah. I
Yeah.
just say that. I don't know. I think through the people that I watch that would let's say be like 25 to 50 viewer range, they normally can though communicate and play.
It really depends on like the chatter size because viewer count
It
doesn't
could be.
necessarily
Well, I mean,
mean
like they have like
like
a decent moving
a
chat.
lot of
Like their chat
chatters. Yeah.
moves, but like not at Mach 10, but like not super slow. Like their chat moves,
Yeah.
but they still can communicate. I think
Yeah.
that if there is somebody that doesn't, it's either that they're new to the game, they're bad at the game, or they still care about chat. It's got to be like one of those.
Yeah.
I think you described Flem's anti-vibe movement because that's the whole thing that was
yeah.
born from this is because he rated somebody that was pretty much the definition of that and didn't really pay attention to chat and they were so focused on the game and being rude and being
Yeah,
like
that's just that person.
ungrateful for
When they
for
were
getting rated.
exercising vibes, right? Quote
Yeah,
unquote.
yeah. The title were claimed to be like a very vibed stream when in
Yeah.
fact it wasn't.
No,
Yeah.
that's that person. I don't know. I don't know.
No,
That's
yeah.
just something I disagreed with in a sense because I just feel like if you want to read chat in game, you definitely can. Like while doing stuff, even if you like, I feel like it takes like 2 seconds to look over and just pick a chat message, and that's the one I'm going to respond to at that moment, type of thing. Versus, like, if you're just not reading chat at all, that's on you.
Yeah.
And it's also introducing yourself to the people who rate it, right? Even if it's one person, it's still courteous, if courtesy is still a thing, to say, hey, regardless if it's virtual or not, I still want to introduce myself because it's a stranger that came to me, not vice versa.
I think a lot of people do
Hi,
that
my
though.
name is so and so. This is my community. I like to play this rather than thank you for rating. Right?
To be fair though,
Completely
like
different response.
I think a lot of people do that, or it's part of that. Their thing is like, oh, thank you for the raid. Like if you're focused on something else, you'd be like, oh, thank you for the raid. I really do appreciate that. Give them a shout out. Ask them how their raid was going. Sometimes your focus isn't introducing yourself in a certain way. But I do understand what you're saying. There is a more proper way to do things. I disagree with certain parts of what you said, but that's just me.
I think personally, I struggle with when I would be streaming all the time. I think for in a sense I was kind of good when it came to FPS games, but my chat wasn't really that fast all the time. You know, I think I would still talk, especially in the games when I was playing like Apex, for example. I was playing that all the fucking time. There was instances where I don't really necessarily have to focus on the game too much because there's a lot of traveling in a battle royale. There's a lot of
Yeah.
like looting, figuring out what you're gonna do, what you're gonna do next, and it doesn't really require a lot of brain um, focus, I guess. And so that's like the times I can talk to chat. But then there's
Yeah.
obviously those intense moments where I can't, and then those don't really last that long. That's why I kind of like battle royales in that sense because you can still like talk.
Fights don't last that long at all.
Yeah, where there's not like constant action like in games like um fucking
If you're playing a fighting game,
a
let's
fighting
say,
game. Yeah, a fighting
you're
game where there's
focused on
constant action. Yeah.
low key, I'd be reading chat while I'd be doing those. But
Yeah, I
like,
know you do, and then you lose the match because of it.
no, not every time though. That's just more me because I lose focus for too long. But I don't know. I think
No,
that
yeah, exactly. That's on you.
the main thing that I would agree with Humble is like getting better at introducing yourself when somebody does raid. But then it's also like sometimes, like how do I word this? It's definitely like for the first time somebody raids you, or maybe even the second time. But after somebody raids you like 3 times, I'm like, I know you people already. Like you know
That's
what I
true.
mean?
If you already
Whoa,
know
whoa,
them,
whoa,
that's
whoa, whoa,
fine.
whoa! What do you mean, you people?
You know what I
What
mean?
do
Like
you mean
people
by
who,
that?
What do you mean by
it's the
that?
same community. Like if it's like the same
Catchphrase.
community like 3 times, it's like they know you, you know them. Like if they're here, you know what I
That's
mean?
fair.
Like the third raid, I'm like, no, I'm not. It's not that I'm not grateful for the raid. I'm still grateful for the raid, but it's in the sense that like I'm not gonna
How about
introduce
that?
myself for the
Yeah.
third fucking time. You know what I mean? Or
Um,
like, or it was like Martine raids me. I'm like, oh, this is definitely gonna be a lot of my mutuals. So it's like I'm not gonna
yeah.
introduce myself if Martine raids me. Like that's
Right.
like, I think it depends on like how
Unless there's
well
like
you know
I
that
give you a heads
situation.
up or something, but other than that,
Oh yeah,
no.
yeah, but that's something different. But like if you were like, oh Tim, I just got a massive raid. I'm bringing in like brand new people because I'm ending my stream. I'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna introduce myself again. But like if it's like this damn right here, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna see like our mutuals that were like watching streams. I'm like, okay, that's cool.
Hmm.
But I'm not gonna be like, hey Jess, do you know who I am? Like Jess knows who I
Die.
am.
I play Street Fighter 6
Yeah,
and Tarkov.
Right.
like yeah, like they like, oh hey Dana, do you know who I am? Like, I'm not introducing myself to fucking Dana. Like there's no point in that
Yeah.
sense. Or
That's
like
why
if
I
like,
like
Becky raids, it's like I'm not gonna introduce myself to Peaches. Like I know who Peaches is. Peaches knows who I am. Like
yeah. Sorry, Humble, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Deki, what did you think? So does it depend on the situation, right? Because situation A, like what Dulce said, the person has rated me multiple times, so it's not really needed to introduce. But does the tone convey what type of community I make with the new people that just rated me for the first time? Regardless if it's a rating with I'm rating with one streamer versus I'm rating with 200 streamers.
You mean viewers?
viewers.
Yes, viewers.
But that's
Okay.
different though. That's what I was saying. Like it's think size man. Like the it depends on like one, even if somebody rated you, like let's say you were a bigger streamer, somebody rated you with 200 viewers like 3 times, like you know who this person is. Like you're not going to introduce yourself every single time because like those 200 viewers probably have a lot of overlap with who came last time.
Maybe.
Like let's say you got like Alec has rated me before. Alec has rated me like twice now, so like most of the community in Alex's thing knows who I am. I don't think introducing myself at this point as much is as important as just being like, oh, how are you guys doing? Like saying hi to the people that I know and be like, for those who don't know, my name is this. like a shorter introduction versus the first time I introduced myself.
A
Like,
shorter
hey,
introduction, I think, is fine. That makes sense.
yeah, that's what I'm more talking about, like that in that
But
sense.
let's see what Dickie has to say. I want to hear what he has to say
Yeah.
too.
Well, I think the tone can be very important, especially with like new raiders or like big viewer raiders, big or small. I guess it doesn't really matter. Because again, like it's like that first impression that just means everything, and that kind of will tell people if I'm gonna stick around for this raid or not. Because I think even most people like that do come from a raid, like they're there to see the previous streamer that was streaming, and so they're very attached to them, and so you'll see kind of like a big drop off after like 5 minutes or so from
You
your
probably have
viewership.
like 20
But
minutes with the high viewership or whatever, like your increased viewership, and then it's down.
yeah,
Not
so
even-
it's like first impressions. Like you got to capture people in the first 5 minutes, or else they're just gonna leave. So
Yeah.
if you keep it high energy and very engaging, then I'm sure that you could find new people that would follow and stick around with your channel as well. I think raids are very helpful,
Right.
but I think Twitch can also come up with other things to help bring more like eyes on other like smaller streamers
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well.
I think the biggest part with raids, speaking on what Decky was saying, like the introducing, like I think that the biggest part you could do that would help you if somebody raids you is being part of their community, because the people already know who you are, and then they're more likely to follow after that and more likely to say, because like, oh, I know that guy, he's that funny dickhead in chat, or like he's like that guy in chat, like he says hi to me every once in a while, like come in. I think it's better to introduce yourself in that community and be part of that community if you want, not to poach people, but like to have people like know who you are, because then if you do get raided by that person, it's like, oh, I know who that guy is.
And then most likely to stick around and then get to know you better, and then
Yeah,
that just
100%.
creates like
Yeah.
a domino effect where like then
Yeah,
they'll share
I think it's
their friends to
blending your
you.
community is definitely more important. Like not more important, but like I think a raid is more impactful if you're already part of that community than if you're not part of that community.
No, I agree, and I think that's where like that's what Tim is good at. I feel like Tim is really good at like getting into other people's communities and like becoming that one dickhead in chat, and then also
Yeah, but then they know who I am.
and then they know who you are when you get raided, or like they see you streaming because you're part of their Discord and they click on you like, oh, you're
Yeah,
Tim. I didn't know you streamed. Blah blah blah. Blah. And I think that's what
yeah,
Tim's really good at. I'll
yeah.
I'll give Tim props for that. Like he's really good at like joining
Without
other communities.
overstepping your boundaries and being like,
Yeah, no,
"Hey, I'm a streamer. Like, you should raid me," or being
Yeah.
like
yeah,
very
no, 100%.
There's
self-promoting.
also those
Yeah,
where
never like self promote, but like
no.
if either of you raid in, you could talk about your chat, but like never like bring up like your streams. Like if somebody sees your streaming, like 100%, but like don't go into people's chat and be like, hey, I'm a streamer too, by the way, I'm a sole streamer. Like get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
like that's like Decky said, first impressions matter. So like
Or
don't
like
make that your
the
first
follow for
impression.
follow people, and it's like, bro, shut the fuck
I haven't
up.
seen
I
those
don't
in a
care.
while.
Every once in a while they show up somewhere, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are we doing here?
I think the funniest ones is when like okay, hey, I'm gonna go and stream now.
Oh, I
those are
hate those
those are my
messages.
favorite
I
to make
hate
fun of,
those
dude.
messages.
Oh my
It's
god, I'm
so
like
annoying that I'm gonna go
interesting.
stream now. Like nobody asked.
You like you
That's
met them
stupid.
10 minutes ago.
Yeah,
It's
They
one
mentioned
thing
that
if like
casually.
your friends like, oh, go live, and you're like, fine, I'll go live because like they want to raid you. But like if you're some new dickhead in chat and you're like, I'm gonna go stream now, like, cool. You're definitely now not getting a raid. Like, it's
yeah. Yes.
if I would have
Yeah.
raided you before, I'm definitely not now. Like, get the fuck out of here.
All right. We're getting close to the end mark here.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Let's do our top 10 list for the week. Decky, it's your turn, right?
Yeah, I've been looking for some, so I'll let you guys have a choice.
Okay, interesting.
We could do top 10 movie trilogies,
Ooh,
top 10
Ooh.
sequels of movies,
ooh.
or just IGN's best anime characters of all time.
Fuck
I'll
that.
let
I don't
Humble
know.
choose.
IGN.
I'll let Humble choose. I want to do an IGN one. IGN ones are so dog shit. That'd be fun.
Fine. Humble your
Humble,
choice.
your choice.
What was the last one? IG
I said that
or
last because I know
IGN?
everybody wants to do the anime. Anime's best anime characters,
Of all time.
or
Top 10.
IGN's. Sorry.
Hmm.
But this is from the company IGN, which is, notorious for really bad lists.
I'm gonna have to do movie trilogies.
Okay.
Movie
'Cause
trilogies.
if we do anime, it's gonna take a while.
I don't think the
Bad.
one would even take that long. For IGN list, it would be like pick like fucking
There's
10
weebs here.
Sojin
It'd be like
numbers.
fucking
Don't
Pikachu,
think-
fucking Naruto, Goku. That's probably like
Yeah.
top 3 right there.
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum.
100%. Like, I don't think that list would be, but top 10 movie trilogies. Who did
Actually,
that'd
this
be-
list?
like that's not even
None of those were
on
on there.
there. I think maybe one.
Oh,
I
interesting.
bet you I could still do it. Top 10 anime
Or we
characters.
could
would
do
not be hard
both
to pick.
depending on how fast we do the first one.
Okay.
We'll see. Movie trilogies won't be that bad. Who did the list?
Empire magazine, I think.
Empire Magazine. I don't think we've had
I'm
any
gonna
of them.
throw this one out there immediately because I know it's gonna be on there. Of course, is Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, that's one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who would have imagined Lord of the Rings is top?
The Godfather.
That's 5.
Yeah.
Is Star Wars on there? Any of the trilogy?
That's 2.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, so that includes the.
Empire magazine. I've never heard.
Empire Online. It says. I think they're a magazine.
Let me see.
Top 10 trilogies.
Yeah, we had to guess them.
You guys got
Yeah.
3 already.
Okay.
Oh,
you-
going back to Deadpool, Blade trilogy.
Oh, Blade.
Yeah, because they made a. I'm pretty sure they made a third one. I only watched 1 to 2, but I'm pretty sure they made a third one.
That's on here, but not top 10.
Oh
Let's-
shoot.
I think it's on
Let's
here.
go with the Dark Knight trilogy.
Oh yeah, that's got to be on there.
Dark
It
Knight's
should
on
be
there?
on here. I saw it on other lists, but it's not on this one.
Damn.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's 7.
Oh,
Okay.
there we
Right.
go.
Ah,
What about Planet of the Apes?
Back to Back to
mm,
Not top 10.
is Back to the Future.
Toy Story.
Toy Story and Back to the Future.
Oh,
3 and
Nice.
4.
Oh shit,
go.
we've killed this
Nothing.
fucking
We're
list.
nothing to. How many are left? What do we got left?
You
Story's
have
pretty good.
6. You have 6,
Uh,
8, 9, 10.
6, 8, 9, 10. Is the Karate Kid the original?
No.
ones? Damn.
Conjuring.
Ooh,
No.
Night of the Living Dead.
Close, but no.
Is it
Wait,
Night of the
did-
Living Dead? Living
What?
Dead.
No.
Evil Dead.
Yeah,
With,
Evil Dead.
Oh.
okay,
Evil Dead.
okay.
Okay, not bad.
That was 10.
Okay. What about
X-Men.
Ooh, X-Men? Oh, I don't know if X-Men was top 3.
Almost said
Top-
Matrix.
top
That's
10.
9.
Is it Matrix?
Matrix is 9.
Oh
Let's go.
shit!
Okay.
I forgot about the
Hey.
Matrix. Oh my god, how could I forget?
What about the
Uh,
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies? Are those there?
That was on another list, but it's not on this one.
That's not
Indiana
it's not a
Jones.
bad guess though. Okay,
Indiana
alright.
Jones. What about Indiana Jones? Did someone
You
say
said-
Star Wars earlier?
That one's
Yeah,
7.
we got-
yeah.
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 Oh,
You just need
oh,
6 and 8.
the Bourne trilogy.
It's number 6.
Yep.
Okay. What do you have
That's good.
left?
That was a good trilogy. No,
You have 8, and this one's old.
Old? How old?
Damon.
Like 60s old.
Oh
Fuck.
shit.
Die Hard.
That's
No.
not the
That's not
60s.
60s.
Oh wait, not say.
No, that's like the
Is Die Hard
80s.
in there though? Is Die Hard in there?
No, it's not.
Damn. Okay. X-Men.
What movie
No.
trilogies came out
No.
in the 60s?
60s. Oh man. Wait, does it start from the 60s or only 60s, 70s era?
It's mid 60s.
I said the Godfather already, so but that's
Would
not
it be
in there.
James Bond movies? The
No.
Bond Damn. Fucking
Girl
movies
with
came out in
Dragon
the 60s.
Tattoo.
No, that's not
No.
60s, is
No.
it?
That's not the 60s either.
I think that's like 2000, like the early 2000s.
Yeah, 60s is hard. I mean, I could do like maybe as early as the 80s, but that's
Halloween?
No.
That's
Oh
not
my
the 60s
god.
either, Martin. That's like the 70s or 80s.
I was close. I thought it was closer than you guys.
Yeah, I don't know if I could go
And
that.
it wasn't the
that
original
far.
Planet of the Apes, right? All right, let's see.
It's probably not the original.
And it wasn't the Night of the Living Dead movies, right?
No.
All right, let's see.
How many are we missing so far? 4.
Just one. Just this one.
Is it cowboy movies?
Yeah.
Shit.
Cowboys.
What are they called?
Does it have Clint Eastwood in it?
Yes.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
Wait.
Fuck,
Clint
what are they called?
Eastwood.
I don't know the names.
Yeah, I don't
the,
think-
the bad, the good, the bad, the ugly. Series?
That's one of the movie. Can
Oh,
you
that's
get
one
the
of the
series
movies?
name? Yeah.
Series name.
Fistful of Dollars. I don't know. Oh, the Dollars trilogy.
Yeah, the Dollar Trilogy.
I just looked it up.
Is it
The
called the Dollar
Dollar
Trilogy?
Trilogy.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Like $100
Yeah.
there, or
Not,
60,
we
or
banged that list
100
out in
cents
like
worth.
actually like 2 seconds.
I've actually never
Do you
heard
wanna
of this
do-
trilogy.
Do you want to just do the
Clint
anime
Eastwood?
one since we had it that fast?
I've actually
All
never
right,
seen
well-
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly either.
Not bad.
I didn't know it was part of a trilogy.
I didn't know
That's
either.
the only thing I didn't.
Anyway,
yeah.
we can do the other one, dude. Might as well.
We literally
Okay.
finished that list in like that's probably the fastest we ever done a list.
Yeah,
I
that
was
is
gonna
so fast.
do. I was gonna do anime's best or IGN's best anime characters or anime sidekicks, but that one's kind of harder.
Sidekicks would be crazy. No, it's got to be the characters first.
All right.
Alright,
We'll
so
do
the
anime
top 10.
characters.
Top 10
Goku.
anime characters.
Yes.
Where's he at?
Wait, who?
Oh, Goku.
5.
Yeah.
Naruto?
Is Vegeta on there?
Naruto's 3.
And Vegeta.
Luffy.
Vegeta's 7. Luffy 1.
How about
Luffy's
Gon from,
one.
18
Okay, that's
Hunter
fine.
x Hunter. Gon?
Fuck.
Oh
Who?
yeah, gone.
Yeah, is he on there?
No.
Yeah, Gio.
Wait, is Ichigo on
Gon's
there?
not on there? Wow, that's. I can see.
Is Ichigo on? Bleach.
No.
They had the other two from the big three and not him. Is crazy.
That is crazy.
Is there any more like repeating series? Like, are there ones with repeating
Well,
characters?
there's Dragon Ball, I guess, but like, is there
No,
more?
but I meant like, is there any more? Like, is it normally one per series, or like, do we have to repeat?
It's just Dragon Ball. That's
Okay.
repeating.
Okay. Is anybody from JoJo's on there?
No.
Fuck.
What?
That's surprising.
One Piece?
Ash Ketchum from Pokemon.
Well, we got Luffy from One Piece, so there's not gonna be any more.
No, not Ash.
Okay.
Not Ash. Pikachu? No Pikachu.
No.
Is there
I don't
anything?
even,
from
I don't even
Pokemon?
see Pokemon on this list. No.
That's an insane list. Then what the fuck?
It's IGN.
IGN is crazy.
I saw Pokemon on other lists.
Ooh,
but
is
not
Spike
this one.
Spiegel on there? He has to be on there, right?
Yeah, he's 6.
mhm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Ooh.
You're missing 10, 9, 8, 4, 2.
Aaron Yeager.
Samurai Champloo. Is that on there?
No and no.
Ooh,
Anyone
is,
from Midland?
Sailor Moon?
Saga?
No.
Sailor Moon's not on there.
Sailor Moon 8.
Is
How about
Vash the Stampede?
Yo-Yo Hakusho? The one with the fucking the chi gun, the ray gun. I forgot.
Is
Dragon?
it top 10 anime characters or iconic ones?
Best anime characters. Best. I don't know what that means.
Is Vash on there from Trigun?
No.
Fuck.
Yu
fuck.
Hakusho?
Is Edward Elric on there?
Yeah, he's
I
number
was
2.
thinking Ultimate.
Okay.
I was thinking
Elric
Ultimate.
from
Alzma?
Elric.
From
Yeah,
Full
Ultimate.
Metal
I was
Alchemist.
thinking with the vampires and shit.
Oh, that would be is Alucard on there then?
Yeah,
Just thinking
is
that.
Alucard in there?
No.
Is Light or L from Death
What
Note
the
on there?
fuck?
No.
Okay.
L is number 11.
That's
oh
close.
wow, yeah, that's fine. This
Is
is
JoJo-
too good.
14.
is Ken Kaneki on there from Tokyo Ghoul?
Luffy from One
No.
Piece.
Tim brought up the my anime list. I already know.
No, I just looked up. Ooh, is
You guys
on,
can do this from memory. Like you don't gotta.
I'm doing
You know,
it
the
from
thing is that
memory.
sometimes I
I'm
can't.
You guys are
trying
all
to.
weebs.
It's
I'm doing it from memory, but
Is Jotaro on there?
He's 14.
oh, Kakashi from Naruto.
No, he said no repeats.
Oh,
No, just Naruto.
get out of here, random.
Is there anybody from One Punch? Not One Punch. From Attack on Titan?
No.
Damn, I was gonna say Levi.
Yeah, I was thinking Levi.
This Varen wasn't
It's not
Are we
happy.
doing
Levi
main
another
characters
list.
or just the sidekicks?
The best,
Best anime characters.
It could be
It
anybody.
doesn't specify.
Is Saitama on there?
Someone from
Levi's
Demon
number
Slayer?
18. That's crazy. No. No.
Jujutsu Kaisen? Tokyo Revengers?
Oh,
It's
is
probably an
Guts on
older
there?
list, huh?
Is Guts on there?
No.
Guts isn't on there? That's crazy.
Guts is number 16.
Okay, that's close.
Who's the
Oh,
guy
wow.
from
How about
Akira?
Griffith from A
One
light,
at a time.
right?
One at a time.
Light.
Light, no.
Akame from Agame ga Kill.
That
No.
the main character from Sword Art Online.
Bruh.
No.
Okay. Damn. Wow.
Tanjiro from Demon Slayer.
No.
Is Lupin on there?
No.
Yeah.
Are these like older animes or newer? Like what?
How many are we
They
missing?
seem like
7 out of-
older.
You're missing 10, 9, 4.
10, 9, 4. Are they older or newer? Like, do you have like a rough range?
Now, what year? Decade?
If we knew the decade, I think we could do it. Like the rough decade.
One's from the early 2000s.
Hmm.
One's from the 90s.
Rumble.
Okay,
Cool
wait, this
Rumble.
I have to look up because I have to fucking remember.
Or on a host club.
One's from the 90s, late 90s.
Is it fucking, was it Kenshiro from Fist of the North Star?
Hosting Ultimate?
No. No.
No Fist of the North Star?
What's his name?
Oh, is Lelouch on there?
No.
What's the Ronin anime? The old one.
Renew Kenshin.
Yeah, that one. What's his name?
The name of the guy?
Rurouni Kenshin. I think the character's name is
Is Killua on there from Hunter x Hunter?
No.
Boondocks.
Bruh.
Bakumatsu.
You said no JoJo's, right?
No.
Hitokiri Batosai from
Oh wait, what's that
Rurouni
fucking old
Kenshin.
ass one? Is Astro Boy on there?
No.
Yeah, this is a lot harder than I thought.
Because like it's like I gotta get close.
Wait, are we missing 3 or 4?
Missing
Mura Kenshin.
4, 9, 10.
Okay, so 3 people or 3 characters left remaining.
You said Johan from Monster wasn't on there, right?
You said that
Johan.
before?
Yeah. I thought I did.
He
Did I
is. Yeah, he is on here.
Oh,
I
shit.
didn't hear you say that.
Wait, so Lupin from the Lupin the Third series is not on there.
No.
That's crazy.
not? Where was Johan on there?
4.
By AGN.
Okay, so we're looking for the bottom ones, right? Like
What's the guy from Initial D?
initial D. Oh,
The main
Fujiwara
protagonist
or
of
whatever?
initial D. I don't know the characters. I never fully watched that.
Nah, that's crazy. I can't believe Lupin the Third isn't on there.
I was thinking,
That's
well, I thought like
pretty, like,
90s. So
Like age-wise, that's pretty. And the violence is pretty good.
What are we missing?
And a 9.
oh, just the last two.
10 and 9?
Oh, what are the decades on these ones?
Would we
90s.
know these animes,
Both of them?
Becky? Yes.
Yeah, because Martin just said it, but he got the wrong character.
What was your
Wait. He got the wrong character? Wait. Martin,
just
what
said
did you
it.
say recently?
I
Wait,
just said
what did
Initial
you say?
D.
No,
Initial D?
wait. You said something else. What was the samurai one you were thinking of?
Rurouni
The
Kenshin.
guy with the yellow car.
Rurouni Kenshin. I didn't watch that one. I don't know the characters.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it from Rurouni Kenshin, Dickie?
Yeah.
Oh, did Jess say it? I think
Yeah.
Jess said it. Himura Kenshin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're missing one.
I knew he was from that anime, bro. Everybody loves the anime.
And this one is this one
Pretty good
old?
anime.
Is the last one old or newer?
90s
90s?
90s.
and newer.
Does this have robots or no
Oh wait,
robots?
90s and newer?
Did they remake it?
Kind of.
Full
Does
Metal?
it have robots in it?
Yeah.
Is it
Full Metal
anime?
Wait, has
and-
robots?
Wait, it has robots?
If it has robots, that's
Full Metal
very...
Alchemist.
Wait, no. Wait, Full Metal
No.
Alchemist does not have robots.
Yeah, it does.
Well,
No, it
he's a
doesn't.
knight.
I was
Okay,
kidding.
he's,
Knight
yeah,
armor.
he's fucking bound to armor, but it's not a
That's
robot.
just
He's
suit
not
armor.
a
No, that'd be
robot.
funny as fuck. I know.
Wait, so anime from that old that would have
Gundam?
Is it?
Wait, which
Yeah, is it
Gundam?
Gundam? Would it
No.
be Gundam? It's not Gundam. The only other things. What's '90s
Full
mecha?
mechanic?
Is it fuck Evangelion?
Yeah.
Yes.
Evangelion. Then who? Who the fuck?
This is Dickie's favorite anime.
Is it a girl or a guy? Is there?
Guy.
We don't. It's a guy. Is it? What's his? I watched Evangelion, but I didn't like the main character, so I stopped watching.
I didn't watch it. I've never watched it.
Evangelion main character. Is it Shinji?
Yeah.
Shinji.
Yeah. Let's go. We're so good at
So
this.
it's Luffy, One Piece, Edward Elric, Full Metal Alchemist, Naruto,
Alright.
Johan, Monster, Goku, Spike Spiegel, Vegeta, Sailor Moon, Shinji, Humura, Kenshin.
Oh yeah.
None of those made sense.
And then L, Death Note, Tanjiro, Zoro, One Piece, Jotaro.
There's no way
And
they
then-
put fucking Tanjiro over fucking Jotaro. Get out of
I'm
and then
saying,
Lupin.
dude.
Lupin.
And
This is
they put
actually
Tanjiro over fucking Zoro, dude.
Ah,
Like,
deal. Wakaturo.
Where's Tuxedo Mask? He's probably lower, Jess.
man. Oh well.
Alrighty.
But
It's fun.
yeah, Humble, thank you for joining
Being
us on our
our wonderful
podcast today.
guest.
I know you've been wanting to be a guest for a while. Sorry it took so long.
Oh, that's alright. I figured there's a queue somewhere.
Yeah. But
Yeah, take a number.
yeah, the number.
Looking crazy.
It's like
But
that,
I don't know. We just haven't had a lot of guests in a while. I think we just kind of, just wanted to talk with each other, I guess. And then now
For a little bit.
I've been listening to
Doing
like
guests
our old
again.
stuff, and I kind of want to add more guests. Like I want to go back
Yep.
to the old ones and see like how everything's changed and stuff.
Yep.
But no, yeah. Thank you again for
Lupin was number
coming
15.
on our
Oh, so good.
podcast.
Thank you for inviting me.
Clarifying.
Yeah, of
course.
course.
Yep.
Do you want to like shout out anything before we log off here? Your socials, anything,
Yeah, I figure I shout out
or people? Doesn't matter.
yeah. What do you mean you people? But what was it? I shout out Alec. He's been helping me as best he can. That's all I can think of in terms of streams. There's a streamer called Bubbaluski. He's pretty nice.
Oh, Bubba's cool, yeah. Bubba's
Yeah, he's
variety
really
streamer. He
chill.
plays a lot of fighting games and other types of games. Very variety, very good. In terms of production value, he's actually somebody you'd probably like, Marty. He does a lot of crazy shit.
Interesting.
Yeah.
He's high energy all the time. Like I haven't caught like a moment of him where he wasn't.
Yeah.
I'll
Super
go
recommend.
grab
Lot
his
of
Twitch link
innuendos.
right now. If anybody wants to check out Bubba, he's actually live right now playing Hollow Knight.
You want to rate him?
I don't think we've ever done a raid. We
Or-
could do a raid.
We've done a raid before, but
Like the fuck you guys? Who are you guys?
yeah, it's gonna be kind of
Might as well.
But
No, I don't think we raid from the podcast channel.
no,
most
we
of
don't
the
raid
time
from the
just
podcast channel.
We can 100% shout out Bubba because he's very cool. He's a friend of Saturdays as well.
Oh, right on.
I met him at TwitchCon for a little bit.
Anything else, Sumble?
Yeah.
Your socials or anything you wanna? Nothing. All right. Well,
Nah, just everyone have a good day. I know we're all going through some type of shit, if anything. So just keep your head up and try the best you can do. And if you can't, just talk to someone. That's about it.
hell yeah, brother. All right, we'll see you guys next week with another guest. We'll disclose that when we get there.
And we
Till
get
then,
closer.
you guys be safe. Drink water. Make good choices. Don't fall in.
Water.
Until next time.
Bye.
Be good.